Hi, good morning everyone. I'm JP Thong. I'm now at Kechara Forest Retreat, Malaysia, and today is day 56 of Mindful Morning Meditation. How is everyone doing this morning? Again, as we are waiting for everyone to tune in, let's do a little bit of stretching. Hope everyone had a good rest last night. Remember, as we're stretching, to always breathe in and out. Take deeper breaths, but breathe slowly. Okay, and change arms. Okay, stretch the back. Oh, there's a nice crack there. It's good to always stretch before you do your meditation, especially after you woke up, so that you don't get any cramps. Okay. Stretch your neck. Back. And front. Okay, let's see who has tuned in this morning. Here you go. Hi, Cochran, Emily, Christina, Dr. Hank, Cochran, Yiman, and I just found out from Pastor Jinai that it's Jillian, not Glean. Jillian. So sorry that I've been pronouncing your name incorrectly. Morning, Jillian. And Corinne, good morning. Okay, if you've just tuned in, please do a little bit of stretching and we'll get ready for the 9-round breathing meditation. Okay, so I'll be coughing a little bit today because I didn't sleep the entire night because my sinus was really bad and I couldn't sleep all night. But it's okay because I'm used to it. Used to being tired, so I can handle it. And okay, so who else is here? It's a rainy morning in KL. Same here. As you can see behind me, it's pretty gloomy out in Bentong as well. I was told that it was raining all night as well. So, yep. But it's nice. Feels good. Hi, Pastor Hani. Good morning. And Wubi, good morning. Okay, come, let's start with the 9-round breathing meditation. Again, do get yourself comfortable. And we're going to start right now. Okay, here we go. So, left hand out, thumb down, wrap your thumb, put your left fist under your right armpit, right hand on your left nostril, and breathe in slowly. Fill your entire lungs with air. And breathe out all the way. Breathe in. And breathe out. Remember to breathe out all the way. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, change hands. Right hand out, thumb down, wrap your thumb, put your right fist under your left armpit, left hand on your right nostril, and breathe in. Breathe out all the way. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Both hands on your thighs, breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in again. And breathe out. Great, so we're done. So if you're having sinus like I'm having today, really bad one, my left nostril is totally blocked, so I could not breathe in when I was holding down my right nostril. So what I did was I just opened my mouth and I breathed, and it's fine. Okay, so no worries if you're having a similar problem. Excuse me. Zinkoi says, good, won't be able to join today's session. On my way to KFR now, wishing everybody happy meditation. Well, thank you for visiting us in KFR. Great, and hi Celeste, good morning. Okay, so what are we doing here? Okay, so if you've just tuned in, we just finished our 9-round breathing meditation, and as I'm talking, you can just breathe in and out slowly to calm your body and mind. And we'll get ready for the sound bathing meditation. So today, because we did a survey yesterday, and most of you said to increase today's sound bathing meditation to 25 minutes. So we shall do that today. Yeah. So very excited, and we'll see what the experience is going to be like. All right, so if everyone is ready, again, please sit at the edge of your cushion. If you're feeling pins and needles already, adjust yourself, because this time it's going to be 25 minutes, yeah? And rock forwards and backwards so that you find your center. And then always remember to sit up straight. Make sure that your spine is straight, okay? But do not tense up, yeah? Do not tense up. Relax your shoulders and always visualize a thread pulling up this way so that your spine all the way from the top of your head all the way down to your back, it's straight like this, and you tilt your chin downwards a little bit in order to get that straight back all the way to the top of your head. All right, and then again, your hands, you can put it like this, you can put it like this, up to you, okay, whichever that you feel comfortable. So you can either close your eyes or if you're afraid that you fall asleep, just have your eyes half open. Okay, and that's actually the most ideal. All right, so here we go. Maybe today I should just change to a bigger bowl. There you go. All right, so I will walk you through the breathing. Okay, and after that, I will start hitting the singing bowl. Okay, and ready, Pastor El? We'll count down 25 minutes. And 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and visualize white healing light entering your nostril and filling your entire body in this white healing light. And as you breathe out all the way, visualize dark smoke representing all your negativities, stress, worry, concern, anger, aches and pains, breathe them all out. Breathe in. Fill every part of your body with love, kindness, and compassion. And every time you breathe out, more of the negativities flow out through your nostrils. Every time you breathe in, fill every single cell with this white healing light. Feel it tingling with love, kindness, and compassion. Your body is now glowing in this white healing light, and you feel very, very light, very calm, very relaxed, and very at peace. And I shall hit the singing bowl now. Focus on the sound and let the sound enter your heart chakra, permeating throughout your body. Focus on the sound. The sound represents love, kindness, and compassion. Let the sound enter your heart chakra, filling every part of your body. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions, bring your focus back to the sound. Let the vibrations of love, kindness, and compassion release all the negativities in your heart. Let it all go. Let it all go. Let it all go. Feel the lightness of the vibration as these are vibrations of love, kindness, and compassion. Focus on the sound and let the sound enter your heart chakra. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions. Focus on the sound. As these are sounds of love, kindness, and compassion, allow them to enter your heart chakra. Embrace in love and kindness. Embrace it as you deserve it. Let go of all guilt, sadness, whatever's happened in the past is over. This is a new moment. You can make new choices. Focus on the love, kindness, and compassion. Forgive yourself and let go. You're very relaxed, very calm. Your entire body is filled with these vibrations of love, kindness, and compassion. You are complete. You are fulfilled. You feel one with the universe. Focus on the sound. Focus on the sound. You're very relaxed. You're very at peace. Focus on the sound. Focus on the sound. Focus on the sound. Watch your thoughts, watch your emotions. Focus on the sound. Every time you exhale, visualize dark smoke as you breathe all the negativities out. Let the vibrations of love, kindness, and compassion enter your heart chakra and release all the negativities in your body and your mind. Let them all go. Focus on the sound as it enters your heart chakra, traveling throughout your body, releasing all your worries, your stress, your fears, your insecurities of not being good enough, your regrets, your guilt, your anger, your sadness. Release them as you breathe out. And allow the vibrations of love, kindness, and compassion fill your heart and the rest of your body. You are good enough. You are good enough. You are good enough. Focus on the sound. And we're done. Okay, I think that was pretty intense today. Do share with me how you feel about today's session. It's 25 minutes, and there was a little bit of a difference for today's sound bathing meditations. Okay, so excuse me. Okay, as you're writing your comments, I will share with you my gratitude journal. Let's see. Okay, I wrote yesterday that I'm grateful for having just launched the Ulaanbaatar packages in Kechara. Ulaanbaatar Festival is celebrated next month on the 19th of August for 1 month. It is what is commonly known as the Hungry Ghost Festival. Okay, so if you're looking for offerings to purchase, you can actually look for it online. Okay. Number 2, I'm grateful to have a pet cat that is a rescued stray. Her name is Lamo. She's super cute, super fat, and super adorable. Number 3, I'm grateful to have a fruitful session with some colleagues to go over our Ulaanbaatar packages. So we worked very, very hard throughout the week to come up with the packages so that because it's just a month away, so we thought that if we can launch it ASAP, then everybody can actually go online, and we make it very, very convenient for everyone, so that you don't have to come here and expose yourself to unnecessary risk of the COVID-19 virus. So we've launched it and we're very happy to have done that. Okay, so let's hear what you have written for your gratitude journal, and again, share with me how you feel about today's session. Cindy wrote, today is more focused and calming. Okay, that's great, Cindy. Do you still feel any other experiences like discomfort around your body or any aches and pains? Hi, Kirsten. Good morning. Nancy, Kamala, Jerry. Hi, Mr. Ong. Thank you very much for tuning in. Do we have any more sharing? Today, as you realize, I played the singing bowl at the end much louder to give you a boost so that you can push out and let go all the negativities. Okay, tell me whether it works. Cochran says, it was a good showering of sound continuously, feeling the same as yesterday, and as shared just yesterday, the key is to let go and to surrender to the sound. Yes. Allow the sounds of love, kindness, and compassion permeate throughout your body, because when there's love, kindness, and compassion, there's no room for any negativity. Okay, and it'll be easier for you to push it all out. Wubi says, today felt very calm, almost like floating towards the end of the session. Thanks, JB. Hope you can have a good rest after this. Hi, morning, David. Thank you very much for tuning in. We just finished the sound bathing meditation, David. So it's okay if you've missed it. You can actually watch it after today's session, yeah? Patajana is not here today. It's Pasanirol. Do we have any more comments? Anything you'd like to share? Oh, the sun is finally out. It's nice now. It was very gloomy just now because of the rain. Nice. Okay, do continue writing, and I will continue with my talk Excuse me. I'll continue with my talk from yesterday, and it's about building a new relationship with suffering, and how we can learn to embrace suffering, and because of the suffering that we experience, we get to appreciate and cherish all the positivities and blessings in our lives. Yeah, and I said that yesterday, and I said yesterday that yes, because if we would like to permanently stop suffering, we definitely need to change the way we perceive things in life. Excuse me. And as we all know, that takes baby steps. So as we're taking baby steps to change the way that we look at life, perhaps, for example, people, certain types of people that will irritate us, certain types of situations that will irritate us and bring us down, all the fears, insecurities, how we love to beat ourselves up, all that takes time to change. So as we are taking our time by taking baby steps, changing the perception, I'm saying that since we are going to suffer anyways, and be irritated and react to all these situations, we can learn to appreciate all these negative reactions. Because through my personal experience, as I said yesterday, when we go through, having lost loved ones, having gone through disappointments in life and sadness, when good things happen in our lives, as we age, I actually learn to cherish them more, especially with people around me, be it loved ones, be it even strangers who cross my path. I learn to appreciate every moment even more, because I know that, well, especially through this, during this lockdown, because we have to quarantine ourselves, I realize that, that I should not take things for granted, no matter how insignificant I think they may be, because I don't know when is the next time we're going to have to go through another quarantine. So it also made me realize that even, I get to meet strangers, instead of just going hi-bye, I appreciate their presence even more. It's on a much deeper level. And I realized that it is not by accident, and it's not a coincidence that we cross paths. And since the opportunity arises for me to cross paths with them, I make sure that they are better off because we have crossed paths. And at least the time that was spent as we crossed paths was not wasted. It was worthwhile. And that comes through experience, I realize. And as we age, I actually learned that. And I learned to not just, how we just go through our day because we're so busy, and to really, continue to be busy, but to actually expand the awareness. Okay? Expand the awareness, because there are things in my life that I want to do. So focus on my intention, and also increase my awareness, so that as I am barging through and sprinting towards my goals, I'm not blinded by what's happening around me. my awareness is heightened, and I try my best to make a difference as I'm sprinting. And that's a difference that I realized, because without all these downs, times of low, down period of time, without them, I would not have woken up, and I would not appreciate on a much deeper level of people and situations that I experience 24/7. 24/7. Even my room, when I'm all alone, I appreciate it very, very much, because I don't know when I'll have to move, when situations may change. Because when I was hospitalized last December due to, because I contracted H1N1 right before Christmas, and I was hospitalized for 4 to 5 days. And and it made me realize how fragile our life is. So being manic depressive before, like 15, 16 years, more than 15 years ago, before I joined Kechara, and always thinking of wanting to die. And then actually when I'm in the hospital bed, thinking that there is a chance that I would die, I also learned to appreciate life even more. Since we are alive, I might as well make the best out of it. And making the best out of it doesn't mean that I party more and indulge more, because I've done that. I've been there, done it, and it's very tiring. I realize it's very, very tiring to do that. Yeah, because, well, some of you might be saying, hey, I'm still enjoying myself. It's fine. I'm not judging. This is just my life experience. So, and it becomes very, very tiring. And I find actually more peace and more joy when I contemplate deeper on what is more permanent. And I feel that I experience more fulfillment and bliss when I'm in service to others. When I think less of myself, and when I'm talking to someone, trying my best to make a difference in somebody else's life, that is most fulfilling and most blissful to me. And I always look forward to that, regardless of consequences, regardless of how tired I may be, regardless of all that. And I find, so because of all the down period in my life, I've actually learned to appreciate all this a lot more. So that's, and that, again, like I said yesterday, came up because I was watching Netflix. I like to watch reality shows where they talk about how people rise above the occasion. They go through a lot of hell, and how they chose to not let them bog them down, but make them a better person. And I never get tired of watching and listening to such stories, because it always reminds me that there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. It's whether or not we choose to calm the mind, just calm the mind, relax, and heighten our awareness. Because we may not be able to see the light when we are very immersed, when we're immersed with all these negativities, all the emotions. So once we calm ourselves, there is always a light at the end of the tunnel. And there's always someone out there with a helping hand. It's just whether or not we want to shout out for help. So what's my point? My point is there's always a way out. There's always a way out. And no matter how paralyzing our situations may be, and if we hear other people's stories of all that challenges that they go through, it makes our obstacles look very, very small. And that is why I love to listen to other people's stories of all the challenges that they go through. Because why? Because it makes my challenges look very, very small. And because I can look at it from a different perception and realize how small it is, even though at the point of time it was so paralyzing and so huge that I didn't know how to get out of it. Because it puts my perspective, it puts my challenges into perspective. I realize how small and insignificant, and it's just that I have made it up and I have created this huge mountain of obstacles. Because of that realization, it made my challenges very, very small, and because of that, it was so much easier for me to overcome them. And all this is a learning process. All this is a learning process. And that is why no matter how difficult situations may be, and because I have learned this throughout the years, that whatever challenges are at hand, and no matter how huge they are, there's always somebody else with much bigger problems. Yeah, and their problems is a matter of life and death. So if we can just calm ourselves and let go of all these fears and insecurities, actually, it can be overcome. It can be. Okay, do we have any questions so far? Okay, Iman, mixture of calm and intense emotions this time, wondering why a particular person always comes to my mind. Every time I'm in deep meditation, which triggers more emotions, we'll figure it out later. Great. David. Okay. David Chu. Okay, says good morning to you, Pastor Nero. Cochlean, gratitude. Able to sign up for the Ulaanbaatar package yesterday for dedication to departed loved ones. Wonderful. Sumana, less headache since the whole night is get bad headache. Well, do the breathing exercise. Breathe in and out. Full breaths in and full breaths out. And that should help with your headache. Dr. Han, grateful to meet a lot of Dharma brother and sister, pastors in KFR yesterday. Grateful to have Sam Rinpoche Stupa up very soon. Grateful so many people visit KFR yesterday. Good sign. Korean, I feel great and it was a peaceful throughout. Gratitude, found myself, this is from Christina, gratitude, found myself again after the lockdown. I'm very happy to hear that, Christina. Blessed to have helpful people around me, grateful for my herbs. Kirsten, grateful that 1, I did something that I pledged I will do 2 years ago. Congratulations. Life is still so amazing and magical to me. 3, my kids start to see life at a different, better perspective. I'm happy to hear that, Kirsten. Yiman, pertaining to your sharing yesterday, can you explain more on the duality of mind that you mentioned? And 2, what was that effective cure which healed your depression in the past? Give up during the healing process? If yes, how do you overcome it? Okay, I'll explain to you, Iman. Excuse me. 1, can you explain more on the duality of mind that you mentioned? Well, at our level, we always have this mind where we go yin, yang, white, black, good, not good, and so on and so forth. There's always a yin and yang to things. That is how we are at this level of our mind. Okay? I would not be too worried for now. As beginners, I wouldn't be too worried. I would focus on exactly what I said today. Yin is usually, whether you call it positive or negative, what I am sharing with you today is to embrace and be okay with the negativities, because we can always learn from negativities. I've always shunned negativities. I've always not wanted to deal with anything in life that is negative. And that is something that my teacher, Sam Rinpoche, has always said. And Rinpoche always says that you should always put your eye, you should always be in the eye of all challenges. Do not walk away. Just stick yourself in the eye of all challenges and solve it. Because if I don't, I will never grow. Because in Kechara, there's a lot of challenges. No matter how people always say, oh, Kechara is so wealthy, things are going so well, and and it's so lovey-dovey, and everything is just doing so well. Actually, it's not. We grew. It was through a lot of effort and through a lot of sleepless nights and a lot of challenges. All the negative rumors that people always lash out on us, and and it's very sad. Doing charity, I never realized that people can have so much hatred towards us just because we're trying to do good. And no matter what you do, you can just sit there and not do anything, just breathe, and people will just lash out at you and say horrible things. And those were the things that brought me down quite a bit, because I never realized that there's so much hatred in this world. And here we are trying to do good, and yet people just go out and spread rumors of how horrible we are. Really blew my mind. Really blew my mind. And I'm working with my teacher, and we had sleepless nights thinking of how to bring more knowledge and more hope and more love to others. And no matter what we did, there was always a group of people out there who would just say horrible things. Even insiders, who my teacher would try to help to change the negative habits. They were just bringing them down as a person. And even they themselves knew that the negative habits would bring them down. And yet, when my teacher tried to help them, they would actually be like a spoiled brat. And instead of being appreciative, they would actually turn around and say harsh things to my teacher and create horrible rumors of how my teacher would torture them. And it really broke my heart. And even when I'm talking right now, I get so upset by it. Because it's not fair. It's not fair and it's not true. And of course, there are times that I get very demotivated, just for being good and just wanting to help. And it hurts me more to see my teacher do this unconditionally. And Rinpoche never asks for anything in return, never. It's like the dad that you've never had that's so unconditional, and he'll go all out. And if he had the last dollar in his pocket, he would give it to you. He'd rather starve than see you suffer. And that's the kind of person he is. And that's why I totally respect my teacher, regardless of what others say about him, because I live with him and I see him 24/7, and I work so closely with Rinpoche. Whatever people say, I would always fight for the truth, and that's how I am. And Rinpoche always says not to be demotivated, because why? Because at the end of the day, as long as we know what we're doing and we have a very good motivation of always wanting to help others, although others may not appreciate it because they use, why? Because people don't want to change. They rather harbor onto their negative habits that will bring them down, and come up with really horrible excuse and lash out on people who are trying to help them. They rather be sad and be negative than to really confront themselves. And that's why, until now, these people who have left and who have said all these horrible things about my teacher and about Kechara are still are still operating in the negative habit, and their lives don't change for the better. You see, but unfortunately, people love gossips and they're very light-eared, and they go, "Oh, really? Okay, perhaps I won't come to Kechara." I'm not hard up for people to come into Kechara and all that. I'm just saying that it is that when you hear all these things, you get this. I get disheartened. I do, and see that's the duality of the mind. Okay, so having said that, that's why I say, since we are still practicing not to have have a dual mind where we see things positive and negative, actually embrace the negativity, embrace the challenges, and understand that there's always a silver lining. Without these negativities that we experience, we will never say, time out, take a step back, and have a new relationship, and let's see what we can learn from these negativities in life. That's what I'm saying. Because if we don't go through all these negativities, we will not learn to appreciate all the blessings that we have. And that's how the mind works. That's how our mind works in this level. Okay, at this level, that's how the mind works. It's okay. Hey, stop beating ourselves. Embrace it. It's fine. We are perfect every step of the way. That's how we are. And we got to believe in that we are perfect the way we are. We are unique in the way we are. As long as we are very focused that we will evolve and become a better version of ourselves every day. Because if our intention is always to become a better version of ourselves, we will make it. We will make it. And you will feel lighter and lighter and lighter every step of the way. We will, because I've experienced that. So if I can do that, you can do that. Okay? So that is what the duality of the mind is about. Okay? Yin, yang, positive, negative, black, white. Okay? So, of course, once we have a PhD level on how the human mind works, then we will slowly realize that there's no longer a duality. Okay, but that's much deeper. So for our level, let's not get confused. Let's just embrace it and be okay with it. Okay? That's one. And two, what was the effective cure which helped your depression in the past? Well, Rinpoche always tells me that I am very attached to my expectation on others and on situations. Okay? Because I grew up in an environment whereby we always have expectations. In Asian families especially, parents always have expectations of what our lives should be and should not be. And that's the culture. So although I grew up in the States as a teenager throughout my life, so there's always that, a difference. So I grew up being very individualistic, and there was no family duty and all these unspoken Chinese culture. Whereas in my family, there's always this Chinese culture whereby you should always, there always a list of duties that a son should comply to and should fulfill. And that to me was something very foreign and I was not aware of. So all that depression. So what I'm saying is, because of all these expectations that I was focusing on, that led me to my depression. And it was very difficult for me to snap out of having expectation on people and situations. So what my teacher did was he gave me a lot of assignments that was so overwhelming that I really didn't have time to focus on expectations. I would just focus on getting the job done for him. That's when I joined Kechara full time. And Rinpoche told me, and before Rinpoche did all that, Rinpoche said, don't worry, I will help you with your depression. You just do what I tell you to do, and at the end of the day, you will realize that you won't have any more of depression. So I was like, great, wonderful. And a year passed, and true enough, one day, Rinpoche, my teacher, came to me and said, hey, so how's your depression? Are you feeling depressed every day now? I was like, oh, I kind of forgot about that. It's been a year. It's been a year. Because I was so busy, I didn't even have time to focus on myself and my depression. So by that time, no depression at all. So what's my point? You see, because the nature of my work in Kechara is that whatever project has been assigned to me was to help others. Okay? And because of that, it had a healing effect on me, and that was to focus on virtuous projects. Focus on charitable projects that help others. That is why I always recommend others to do charity. If you are Christian, do work that help others. Feed the homeless, help the orphans, work in the hospice. I love to help. If I've not done it, I've heard wonderful stories. One day, if I have the opportunity, I would love to help out in the hospice. And perhaps, hopefully, if we have the resources, I would like for Kechara to have a hospice. Yes, to have a hospice, because, reality knocks on your door when you see people dying. And when they share with you their experience of dying, that's where we evolve in leaps and bounds. And I would love that. And of course, I would like to bring some relief and comfort to those people who are in the process of dying. Yeah, it is with great honor and privilege that I can do that. Okay? Sorry, because brought back memories of my teacher who was passing away. And I was glad, and I'm glad that I was there. So anyway, having said that, so the depression really, because I focused on doing charity so much so, it really helped. So Yiman, do charity. It can be from, one day a week to 2 days a week. Up to you, up to your schedule. But it would be great for people who suffer from depression. And you asked, was there relapse and the urge to give up during the healing process? Of course, because it's tough. It's very, very tough to kick our negative habits. It's really tough when people say stop projecting your expectation. It's very, very tough. But keep going at it. Keep going at it. And it's like kicking an addiction. That's why I realized how our mind is so attached to a point that we are addicted to it, that without it, we can't sit still. Our mind is always all over the place, because we're just so fixated and so used to certain things in our lives. We're so attached to it that without it, we're just all over the place. And it takes a lot of strength to kick that bad habit. Of course, there are times that you go, I want to quit. But no. I tell myself, no, JP, stick with it. Because why? Because simple. If I'm not happy 100% with how I was, and I'm sick of always being depressed and sick of saying, what if I've done this? What if I've done that? If I know for sure that my mode of operation was not good. Okay, my modus operandi was not good and I'm not happy with it, then I have nothing else to lose but to keep going at something, keep trying something that I've never tried before and keep going at it. Keep doing things in uncharted territories. And that is why I say focus on the love and creation. Focus on the love and creation. Yes, there's a lot of unknown out there, but you know what? If I keep operating in a comfort zone, which I know for sure I'm not totally happy with, I've nothing else. It's no way but up. It's really no way but up. Of course, when I charted through, when I'm in unknown territories, there are times that, it was a wrong decision that didn't bring in the benefit that I wanted, but it's okay. At least I gave it a go and I don't regret and say, oh, what if? There's no more what ifs in my life. That's always go for it and see what happens. Keep going for it and see what happens. And that is why I feel much, much lighter. I've not been depressed for years as a result of that. And I'm now very, very, very focused with doing charity. Very, very focused, because I know that is when I'm focused on others and when I do charity to help others unconditionally, that's where the fulfillment is. That is my solution to my happiness, and I feel happy most of the time, because sometimes, yes, I do slip and I do focus on my attachments and my indulgences, and that's where I go, oh, I want more of that, and then I go, nah, because why? If I don't get more of that, then I'm going to get really unhappy again. So no. So yes, it is a learning process. Okay, I'm not saying I'm totally evolved. I am in the process of evolving, and that helps with all the lack of it helps when you feel unfulfilled and not as happy as you should be. Okay, so that's my sharing. Okay, and today I was a bit emotional because it brought back memories, happy memories actually. Yeah, happy memories that I've been so lucky to have gone through what I've gone through in my life, to have met my teacher, who have showed me and is a true exemplary of how being unconditional, of how operating from unconditional love can look like, despite all the harshness people lash out just because they do not want to take the pill of unconditional love. And that's a fact of life. So it does not stop us from operating out of unconditional love. We will still move on, but not move on, we will still go out there and help others regardless, because there are many people out there who need hope and who need all the love that they can get so that they can heal and become a better version of themselves. Yeah, so thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope you have a good Sunday, and I'll see you next Saturday. Okay, so if you like today's, before that, I need to talk about sponsors. I always forget that. So sorry. If there are days that I forget to mention you, please forgive me. Yeah? Okay, so today's sponsors are, where are they? Yiman. Dedication, may all suffering quickly cease, all joy and happiness be fulfilled, and the holy Dharma flourish forevermore. Next sponsor, Lam Kok Nguyen and family. Dedication, may all find inner peace. Next sponsor, Kirsten. Dedication, dedicated to all who are viewing the Kechara programs and to all who are sharing, practicing, or teaching Dharma in Kechara. Next sponsor, Chu Sok Fun. May there be peace and happiness and suffering be pacified. Thank you very much to all of you who sponsored today's program. Again, we live on donations. All these programs are made possible because of our generous sponsors. Okay, so thank you very much for all of you who have sponsored, and thank you very much for those of you who have tune in. I'll see you guys next Saturday and Sunday. Have a great Sunday. Bye-bye.